everyone is ready to go. As we see here in the Harambe 20, which means let's go. Well, gentlemen, everyone, my name is Renee, and I'm going to be your safari guide through the Harambe Wildlife Preserve. Before we get started, I do reminder to stay fully safe with his hands, feet, arms, and legs in the vehicle at all times, as we will be going through some rough brush with long, thorny bushes. Thank you. The Harambe Wildlife Preserve was established back in 1971 to help protect local wildlife. Over the years, the animals have become less afraid of humans, which is great for us, and as we get a little bit closer, but it's not so great for them. It does leave them pretty vulnerable to poachers. So there are wildlife wardens constantly out here protecting these animals from any potential threats. If at any point you notice an animal I'm not pointing out, feel free to shout out, let me know. If you know the name, left, right, it works. On the left in the water, that large black and white bird is a saddle-billed stork. They're pretty big. They stand at 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet, or if you look above your head, about the width of that canopy. On the right, it's a little bit further back, and it's eating off the tree. It kind of looks like a zebra with all those white stripes along the legs. No, not related to the zebra whatsoever. We're actually looking at the only relative of the giraffe. This is an okapi. And also on the right, the light brown antelopes are greater kudu. And it looks like both of these greater kudu are female. Males would have had some pretty big horns. You can see that female doesn't have any at all. Another greater kudu on the left, and up ahead on the left, just past the water and all the way up, that is a black rhino. You know, watering holes like these are important gathering spots here in the forest, and one of our best chances of finding rare animals like the black rhino on the left.
Can I get a 103 on cheetahs?
You know, just a handful of years ago, there were not even 5,000 of these black rhinos left in the world. But due to conservation efforts, those numbers are starting to rise. Another saddle-billed stork on the left, all the way back near the bushes. They get their name because of that yellow part of the bill, which is shaped like a saddle. We'll start heading out towards the Sabi River. This is going to be our best chance of spotting hippos. They like to keep cool during the day, so we're typically getting out of the water until evening, so hopefully we'll find a few. On the right, behind the beginning of the first island, there are 2 hippos under the water there. Also there on the right, those pelicans are king-crab pelicans. King-crab pelicans' backs are turned pink during mating season. Hence the name. 4 hippos on the left. Maybe a little bit easier to see these ones next to the island. There are actually 4 that I can see here on the left. There could be more, see how many you can find. If you look up ahead on the left, there's another island. Look behind that island. There's a bunch of little baby ducks swimming around. A hippo, though, will come out of the water every evening to eat about 100 pounds of vegetation. vegetation because they are herbivores, meaning they eat fruits and vegetables. Some more hippos coming up on the left, all the way back along the wall near the waterfalls. And continue to stay on the left and down, you might spot a Nile crocodile. They have been known to be spotted in these parts, but can be well camouflaged. So look closely and maybe you'll find one.
Sorry, 42. Cheers.
If anyone did plan to spot one, you know they are pretty big. They can reach 20 feet in length. Their average only about 16 feet. We have now entered the savannah. This is home to one of my favorite views, these Serengeti grasslands. Spanning for hundreds of miles, they act as a superhighway for millions of animals each and every year. On the right, the gray animal along the bushes, that is a wildebeest. Also known as New, that's G and U, due to the fact that sound they make the sounds like meow, meow. Also there on the right is the Hartsman Mountain Zebra. I can tell these are Hartsman's mountain zebras because of the stripes along their stomachs like other zebras do. Now you might wonder, black or white? Well, if you notice their nose, you'll know the answer. They're black because when you're looking at their nose, you're seeing their skin, so they're black with black and white hair. On the left, find the big tree. Look to the left of it, there's a bush. Look to the left of that, laying down, that's a dog. This is a painted dog, one of the most successful hunters in the world. Maybe because they're led by an alpha male and an alpha female. All the way back on the left, through the bushes, the dark brown animals way back there are sable antelope, getting their name because of the sable color to their coat. Large mounds of earth everywhere are termite mounds. Termite mounds are as hard as concrete. Often used by elephants as a scratching post and antelope, who can jump on top of them to watch your predator that will hide in the high grasses. So large, upside-down looking trees like the ones at the top of the hill on the right, those are called baobab trees. Baobab trees will survive long droughts by going leafless 9 months out of the year and retaining water in their trunks. And the reason I'm pointing those out is animals like the African elephant can use those baobab trees in order to get some water. So the more of those we find today, the more likely we are to find some African elephants, like the ones on the right. The African elephants can actually cool their body temperature by as much as 15 degrees Fahrenheit by simply flapping their ears. To a baby of more than 200 pounds. No, thank you. Greater flamingo is the lightest pink of all of the flamingos. Don't start life gray. But due to eating brine, shrimp, and other foods high in carotene, they turn pink. Reserve, often referred to as Cats Country because it is our best chance of finding big cats. Of course, other animals can be found in this part, so we're just going to have to keep an eye on it, see what happens. It's really hard to see, but on the right, follow the path and look to the left of it behind some trees and bushes. That's not smooth rock hiding there. That is a white rhino. That white rhino is the most social of all the rhinos, so they're typically not going to be found by themselves. They're probably more than just the one that I saw. Keep an eye on the left, walking towards the top of the hill. That is a cheetah. Oh, there are two of them. One's about half of the hill, one is more towards the top of the hill. And the cheetah doesn't roar like a lion. They chirp like a bird. They're the fastest animal on land. Their James speeds at 60 plus miles an hour. But they're not going to maintain that for too long, usually just for a matter of seconds. Keep an eye up on the left. That is a pretty unusual sight. That lion is doing something pretty unusual. That lion is awake. They do sleep for 20 hours a day, so pretty lucky to see this. And it's actually not the lion, but the lioness that's the primary hunter in the family. And there's a lioness at the end of the copy. Actually, two lionesses at the end of the copy. And then on the right, a couple more white rhinos, easier to see. Oh, listen. Another view of the lioness here on the left. May have noticed that lion's roar sounded a little different than what you might expect. That's probably because most of the time when you hear a lion roaring on film, they don't use a lion, but a tiger. Here on the left. You might notice those white rhino are not white. They actually got their name from the Afrikaans word white, which means wide, which means your wide, broad mouth. Also, when measured it from white to white and became the white rhino, same color, it's a black rhino. On the right, the eggs on the ground about halfway down the path are ostrich eggs. Ostrich eggs, they do lay the largest of all the bird eggs, weighing in at about 3 pounds each. As ostrich don't need to worry about those eggs too much for a couple of reasons. One, most eggs in ostrich lay are not even fertile. And two, those ostrich eggs are actually quite strong. As a matter of fact, they are so strong that I could see it on one and it would not even crack. As we're nearing the end of our journey, it looks like we're passing a warden's post. Looks like these wardens had some Nigerian dwarf goats. Those Nigerian dwarf goats are going to produce a sweet milk. High nutritional value that those wardens will drink. animals from poaching. It is our goal that both humans and animals will live in harmony. I do want to thank everyone today for helping to protect our precious wildlife, but keep in mind that no matter where you live, you can conserve wildlife and wild habitats.
Now, can you call us about bypass?
Once again, my name is Renee. Thanks for having joined me. I won't be saying goodbye, but a Swahili phrase which means to go wild, and that is Kwaherini. So, Kwaherini, everyone. Go wild. You're welcome. Wash your hands, feet, arms, and legs. That's the source of our and wash